What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Innit for the Tech. It's your boy Trader NJ bringing you live with the NJ Show. We got a lot to discuss today. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for tuning in. God, I'm a bit disoriented today. I feel a bit tired, to be honest. I feel a bit tired. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the NJ Show, where we bring you the latest and greatest crypto news. We go through Bitcoin, we go through Ethereum, and we go through multiple articles day to day that affect the crypto space and change the way the crypto space is currently moving. So let's get right into it. It's not going to be too much of a very long episode today. Let's move over to Bitcoin. Right. So look, if you guys were here yesterday and you watched the stream yesterday, you guys would know that, you know, I told you guys I was short-term bullish on Bitcoin. The fractal that I found, this fractal right here with the two blue boxes, this is something that I think is playing out. It's something that I think is playing out to a T. And we mentioned levels of importance that we think Bitcoin could tap in order to give us that bearish relief rally that we were looking for. So, you know, across this show, what we tend to do is we tend to take everything that we have and we give it a bullish or bearish bias, right? To help us form a picture as to what we think is going to happen and what we think is going on in the crypto space. So as it stands with Bitcoin, I did mention I was short-term bullish, and as it stands, we are currently pushing up. The current price of Bitcoin is $30,400-ish, and I don't know, I think we look good for the time being. I mentioned yesterday that if we was to break 28,900, that's where I'd start looking to cut my positions and potentially look to start going short if we started breaking down and proving that it was resistance. Ultimately, you know, there's not much to say about Bitcoin. This is a very choppy market. It's not a trending environment at the moment, other than, you know, the bearish trend that we've currently got, meaning we have some time. We have some time to focus on other things other than the chart. The chart is in a very, very choppy consolidation phase right now. Is this something that we want to be trading? Not really, no. You know, there are times to make money in the market, and there are other times when you have to pull back and be patient. These are one of those times where you have to be sort of patient. If you're already in a position, fantastic. If you long the lows at 29k, you're good. If you manage to catch the falling knife at 25k, you're good for the moment. You don't have to cut your positions yet until we potentially lose 28,900. That's kind of where it's the make or break for me. Lose that level, and I think we're going to go right back down to 25k. Hold where we are right now, and I think we've got multiple levels of resistance that we can tap going up. We've got 33k, 35k, and 37k, and ultimately, if we show enough power, 43k. So that's currently where I stand on Bitcoin. Moving over to Ethereum, ETH/USD, we're doing the same thing. So yesterday, I mentioned that this blue box here was a range that we could trade. This was a tradable range. Why? Because you've got a range high, a range low. You've got a range level here for support and resistance. This is where we found resistance 2 times in the past. We've deviated above it many times. We've broken down below, and we found support here at 1700 multiple times. So to me, price is trapped. We can't get above the 2k level, and we can't get below the 1700 level. So once again, we're not in a position where we can look for those big moves where we're trending to new all-time lows or trending to new all-time highs. We're not in that position yet. We're in that position where we need to trade the range that's given to us. And right now, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are stuck. Now, are there any pieces of news that could come out that could help us understand why price is not going any lower or why price is not going any higher? We'll find out over the next course of the episode. Over the next 30-40 minutes, I'll be going into that for you guys, and hopefully we will help understand why the market is doing what it's doing. So let's have a quick look. We've got Derry, Brown Hulk, and Wizard. Good morning to you guys. Good afternoon to you guys from the UK. Thanks for joining the stream. As always, hit up the likes, smash the subscribe button. It helps support the channel and helps me grow and bring you this stuff every single day. Well, every weekday. So moving on, I was talking about Bitcoin dominance as well. You know, Bitcoin dominance, I wanted it to hit that 50% level. Yesterday, we did good yesterday. We hit that 48% yesterday, but we're still holding. That trend line that I mentioned in yesterday's stream is still holding very strong at the moment. I mentioned what I'd be looking for if I wanted a If I wanted to sort of go long on altcoins and be more bearish towards Bitcoin dominance, I mentioned what I was looking for the short setup. Did we get it? We didn't get it. We're still grinding upwards. And I still think Bitcoin dominance is, I still think it's bullish. I still think it's bullish to the 50% level, and then we'll have to see what happens then. At the moment, altcoins don't have any reasons to be doing what they're doing. They don't have any reasons to be going up. The reason for that is the market, essentially. There's not much we can do here other than respect what the market wants. You have to remember that we've had up only for the last 2 years. There is just not much we can do. We have to be patient. We have to trade the price action that we've been given. Look for the ranges where price is trapped within. Trade in between those. And ultimately, you know, what do I think? Do I think we're going to go a lot lower here? Do I think we're going to go a lot higher? Is crypto dead until 2024, 2025? I think that will be a good video. I think I might drop a video discussing what I think, you know, is crypto actually dead? What do I think is going to happen up till the next halving? Do I think that it's over for Bitcoin and Ethereum? Ultimately, look, I'll give you guys the short answer, and that's no. I don't think that it's over for Bitcoin and Ethereum. No, I don't. I think that we've played out a cycle, and history repeated itself, and history, I think, will repeat itself again. And this time I think we have more chance of history repeating itself because we have more factors for Bitcoin and Ethereum that hold precedent. Bitcoin and ETH are stronger than they've ever been before. The amount of dominance that they have over a market is stronger than it's ever been before. A lot more people and a lot more industries and a lot more companies, they acknowledge Bitcoin and Ethereum now. And it's something that we'll touch on later on today. Yesterday, I was talking about, you know, payments and why payments are such a bullish thing. So if you haven't watched yesterday's video, definitely tune into yesterday's video and check that out. There was a lot of news, important news, that's worth paying attention to. So a lot of research does go into this channel. You know, there's about 100, 200 articles a day. We pick out the 10 best ones that we think suit the market, that we think would help people understand where we are in the market, to help them trade better, to help them understand the global politics within the market, to help them understand the macro within the market. So Bitcoin, ETH, and Bitcoin dominance done. For Bitcoin, I'm short-term bullish. ETH, I'm short-term bullish. And I'll tell you why as well going forward in the video. And for Bitcoin dominance, again, I'm also quite bullish. I still think that altcoins have further downside to go. I do think that we are due a relief rally. I've been saying that now for the last couple of days. When is it going to come? Maybe it'll come when Bitcoin dominance hits 50%. That 50% level, which I keep talking about. Look at the price action here on the left. If you guys aren't watching the screen, on the left-hand side, I've got a purple line here that marks out the 50% level for Bitcoin dominance, and I've got a green circle to highlight it. Look what we did when we got to that 50% level. We broke down and went straight back to the 40% level. That would be huge for altcoins. That kind of market cap, imagine money flowing out of Bitcoin and into altcoins so much that it breaks Bitcoin dominance by 10%, from 50% to 40%. That's huge, you know. So, maybe it'll happen then. And if it did, a lot of us would have time. A lot of us would have the opportunity to scale out of some of the altcoins that we're down on, you know. When the 100x environment comes back, believe me, we'll be all over it. Like, we'll be all over it in this channel. I'll be calling out altcoins every single day. I'll be reviewing altcoins every day. We'll be looking at so many different things to help us make money. But right now isn't that time. Right now is the time to focus on your charts. Right now is the time to focus on the global macro, to focus on global politics, to focus on things that will affect the market outside of price action, right? I hope you guys understand that. We'll move on from here. That's Bitcoin, ETH, and Bitcoin dominance. So let's move on. Let's look at the top 10 altcoins. Let's look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Sorry, not altcoins. Bitcoin can't be an altcoin. So Bitcoin, again, 30,500 on most exchanges. ETH holding strong at 1,800. Tether, nothing there. USDC, nothing there, which is what you want to see, really. If we were looking at USDT or USDC and we saw some big numbers alongside it, it'd be time to be worried. You know, there'd be some sort of FUD in the market. Those coins should never lose its peg. It should always be at $1. BNB, we talked about BNB yesterday. It's recovering some of the losses that it made yesterday. Obviously, 2 days ago, we had a lot of news on Binance. We had a lot of stuff going on with CZ. If you haven't tuned into that episode, I think it was Tuesday's episode. Tuesday's episode was a good episode. Wait, hold on. What day is it today? What day is it today? Is it Thursday today? Interesting. So anyway, Tuesdays, I think it was definitely Tuesday's episode. We had a lot of stuff going on about Binance, and BNB took a hit from that. So it's good to see BNB recovering some of its gains. Now look at this one, Cardano, 17.5% up this week. Wow. I guess we're gonna have to start featuring Cardano more on this channel. I don't want to, but blimey, 65 cents. Fucking hell. It's holding strong. I can't believe it. Bearish rally. I'm not very bullish on Cardano. Not in the short term anyway. I think every sort of pullback for these sort of altcoins, BNB, Cardano, XRP, I think these are pullbacks for shorting opportunities. The relief that I'm talking about, although it may be good for us to scale out of some of the positions that we're holding, yes, we also want to consider how high price can go before we short it. Because ultimately, if we are in a bearish market, price is going to go down. And if price is going down, then the best way to make money from price going down is shorting it. Now, what does shorting require? Shorting requires a very, very, very structured mental state. Shorting requires somebody who's experienced. Shorting requires somebody who understands leverage and margin. Shorting is somebody who has a good amount of experience studying all of these. So if you are going to long and short the market, then do so with a lot of great attention and care. Be very, very careful. Your boy NJ has lost a lot of money leveraging. Your boy NJ has lost a lot of money not understanding what margin is. So it took me a long time to learn it. It will take you guys a long time to learn it too. Give the respect that it deserves and take the long time if it's necessary. I know we all need money right now. There's going to be an excuse every day as to why we need hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in the future, you'll have the same excuse. But if you study hard, in the future, you'll actually have that money. So pay attention, take great care when doing it, and we will continue. So XRP, 1% up for the week. Not very much. Not doing anything. I expect XRP to settle now. I don't think it's going to go crazy anytime soon, and I don't think it's going to go crazy to the downside anytime soon either, simply because now that this SEC stuff is over, we can give XRP some breathing room. I think XRP last year would have done insane numbers if it had the breathing room, but obviously the SEC got involved, a lawsuit came about, and price just nuked. Funnily enough, I was actually in a long when price nuked. I wasn't prepared for that, but I was in a long. I got stopped out, and it was bad. Yeah, this was, I think, 2 years ago. I think it was close to the COVID crash. That's where XRP got that bearish news. Anyway, moving on. So Binance USD, BUSD at $1, exactly what we want to see. Same thing as USDC, same thing as Tether. We don't want another Luna incident. So at $1 is good. Solana at $40. Now, what do I think about Solana? Solana in its own right and merit could have its own video. I'm very bullish on Solana. I like what Solana do. I like who it's owned by. I like the amount of money behind it. I like how much developers are building over it. Solana is something that we can talk about, for an hour or two. Solana at $40. What do I think of that? Am I bullish on Solana? Well, clearly I am, because I've said all these things about price going up. But at $40, would I buy Solana? Now, this is the thing. We are in a very, very funky place right now with the price action. As I said yesterday, in yesterday's video, if you guys were watching, Bitcoin it's in a no man's land kind of place right now. You got to look for a pullback to long it, or you got to look for a much higher price to short it. You can't just jump into a trade right now. The chances of being stopped out are very high. Similarly with Solana, what do I think of Solana? Now, Solana had an all-time high of what? Was it $220 or was it $240? Let's have a look. It was $260. So I was wrong. $260 for the price of Solana. That was the all-time high. Now, we've retraced all the way back to $40. Now, do I think we can go lower? Look, I'll be honest with you guys. The chart that I see anyway, I can't do a chart for you guys right now because we've got to move on. But, If you follow me over on Twitter, you can leave comments in my Twitter whenever I say I'm going live, saying, you know, NJ, can we cover this chart maybe today? Maybe can we cover that chart? And I'm happy to put some time in to do that for you guys, if you guys really want to, that is. I think Solana can go a bit lower, right? I think that any pullback right now would be straight into resistance. Straight into resistance. We've got multiple levels of resistance here, just off a very naked chart. You know, if it was to 2x from here, I think everybody would go short. A 2x is huge, $40 to $80. Do I think it can go there? I don't think it can in the short term. I don't think it can. I don't think the market has the legs. If it did, I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to. I'd love for you guys to make money off this, and for you guys to say, haha, NJ, you were wrong. Solana did a 2x and I cashed out on that. That would be amazing. I'd give you a high five. But right now, no. I don't think so. I think the next level of support for Solana is $20, the next major support. And the next major support after that is around $5. So look, at the end of the day, you've got to ask yourself, are you bullish on Solana or bearish? If you're bullish on Solana, then, you know, there's no harm in holding back for a little bit, right? You hold back for a little bit, you can buy a lot lower, and you'll have a lot more Solana to play around with. You know, there's going to be a lot more developments. There's going to be a lot more apps. There's going to be things like we'll take Steppen as an example. Steppen, you've got to use Solana for that, right? So there's going to be a lot more things that we can use for Solana going forward. So if you're trading the token, I don't think it's the right time to trade it. If you're buying the token to hold for the longer run because you want to fiddle about with your Solana in the future when more things are available, more services, more adoption for crypto, essentially, maybe payments in some way, shape or form, then yeah, you can scale in, I suppose, right? Moving on. Dogecoin manages to keep the top 10 for as long as it can. Do you know, guys, I'll tell you the truth, yeah? If Dogecoin went to a cent, I swear I'd go all in, depending on the reason why it went to 1 cent. If it went to 1 cent because there was like a problem in the network that could never be fixed or something like that, then I wouldn't. But if it just went to 1 cent because Bitcoin dumped to like 13K or something, I'd go all in on Doge. I would. Take a second to like absorb that. I would go all in on Doge. If the market did that, I'd go all in. And you know, the meme industry, again, the meme industry is the same, is similar to like what I was saying about Solana. It deserves its own video. We can sit down and talk about it for an hour or two. We could have like a round table of people discussing the meme industry. It's such a fucking powerful industry. Honestly, it's kind of like when you're at school. When you're at school and, you know, how do you discover style, and how do you discover what games you want to buy, and how do you discover what foods you want to eat? Well, you look at your people around you. You look at what your friends are doing, and you look at what everybody else is doing. If everybody else is buying an iPhone, then there's two types of kids. There's the kid that wants to prove that he's beyond the concept of following sheep, and he wants to get his own sort of thing. And he spends like 1/4 of the price on a phone that does all the stuff the iPhone does, but it's not an iPhone. And then you've got the other kid who just buys the iPhone because everybody else has one and he wants to fit in. So the meme industry is kind of like that. It's kind of like that. It doesn't offer anything, not per se, but at the same time, even though it doesn't really offer anything, it's the coolest thing. So everybody longs it, everybody buys it. In the bull market, these coins are the coins that print the most money, and I know that for a fact. I was in the last market. I played the last market. I know for a fact, meme coins, you can't fuck with meme coins. And you know what? They're not in the top 10, but we'll quickly talk about Polkadot. Polkadot still under that $10 support level. I think Polkadot to $5 is very possible. I mentioned it in my stream yesterday. Polkadot is something that is as bullish for me as Solana is. I think that they're going to continue building throughout the bear market. I think they are going to make a comeback along with Avalanche, AVAX. I think AVAX, Polkadot, and Solana will make big comebacks. I do believe that they will. The AVAX side of things, they didn't get enough traction, in my opinion, in the last cycle. But, you know, I'm very bullish on AVAX. Out of all three of them, the people that I know the most of is AVAX, really. I've got to work with some of the teams in AVAX, within AVAX communities and stuff like that. Good people, very brainy people. They will be making a comeback. So will Polkadot, which we're going to continue to talk about in the rest of this video. There are 1 or 2 pieces I want to bring up for Polkadot. And Solana, obviously, you guys know I'm bullish. So moving on. Yesterday, we spoke about the merge for Ethereum 2.0. We spoke about the merge, and we didn't get a timing for the merge. Can you guys actually see that? Should I move here? Wah! Joking. There. We'll keep it there. Yesterday we spoke about the merge for Ethereum 2.0. We didn't get a timing for it, but apparently it's now done. It's now done. Nope, this isn't the merge. The merge is here. Right, we're going to talk about the merge in a bit. I'm going to talk about them. Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk about the merge right now. So yeah, so we didn't get a timing for the merge yesterday. And apparently it's been done now. The first testnet dress rehearsal set the stage for Ethereum's pending transition to proof of stake. Now, we know that this is bullish for Ethereum, and ETH obviously is pushing a little bit today. If you guys were watching from the very beginning of the video, we can see that Bitcoin and Ethereum are a little bit up today, following the short-term bullish scenario that I mentioned. And today we finally have it. It's a big day for cryptocurrency, but not many people are talking about it. There's not much of a big deal going on about it. For those who are tech nerds, though, for those who actually care about cryptocurrency for what it is, this is a big day for ETH, going from proof of work to proof of stake. That's, you know, I can't believe they managed to actually pull it off. Around a year and a half ago, when we had sort of news coming out for ETH 2.0, I thought it was just all a scam. I thought it was just the market being bullish, and they wanted to capitalize on the market being bullish, so they brought out this news that said, you know, we're gonna go and do this, we're gonna get this done, we're gonna lower our energy levels, we're gonna make it possible to stake Ethereum. I thought it was all bullshit. Lo and behold, you know, a year and a half later, I'm looking at this now, and here we are here. ETH is now officially a deflationary token, and you can now stake it. Very bullish for ETH. Very, very bullish for ETH. I'm very impressed by this. I think that this is something that's going to play a big game later on when the halving is done for Bitcoin and we start pushing up, we start going up in price. ETH will obviously follow. I think ETH will see much higher prices in the next cycle, much higher prices. Certainly 10x from where it is here. I think ETH can go to 20k. I know we haven't hit 10k yet. Maybe you might think to yourself, let's get to 10k first and then we'll talk about 20. But I think that ETH can do 20k. I think whatever Bitcoin did, I think ETH will go on to do it, especially now that it's a deflationary token. If you think about it from what I'm saying here, one day, this statement is true, by the way, one day there'll be no ETH left to buy. Will we be alive? For the 10 people that we've got watching here right now, will we be alive? We've got 10 people watching here. Can we get some, 11? Can we get some likes to, can we get the likes to 10, please, if you don't mind? It helps support the channel, shows the channel some love, you know? So, yeah, get those likes up for me. Thank you very much. Optimus says, bro, that's the ETH testnet, not the main chain yet. Is it the testnet? I think testnet was, oh yes, it's the testnet. You're right, it's the testnet. So look, I mean, it's completed on the testnet. Mainnet won't be long. Now, for you to complete on the testnet, this is my confusion. So within the IT industry, you have two setups. You've got the UAT setup, which is called the testing setup. And then we've got something called production, where it goes into production. Now, something would never go into production unless it passed the testing setup. The testing setup is sort of where everything actually happens. Everything happens. All the build up, all the work that goes behind it is done on a testing platform, right? And then when we roll into production, the rolling into production only takes, if everything took 6 months, rolling into production takes half a day, because on the testing setup itself could be production if it wanted to, but we've got a different site for that. So now we're using this site as a production site. So look, I was wrong for saying that it was the mainnet. It's actually the testnet. It's still a very big day for cryptocurrency. This is still one of the bullish pieces of news that I can possibly find within the space. I think that is very underrated and going very quiet. But then again, a lot of people have left the market, so I do understand. We'll move on from here. Goodness, Optimus Grime is on point. He says there's 2 testnets, then it will be done on the main. Optimus, you should work in IT, bro. I think you'd be all right. I think you'd do all right. Now, moving on to some more bearish news, considering all the bullish things we were saying on ETH right now. Optimism. This is a token that's been trending over the last couple of weeks alongside Cow. Optimism has been hacked. 20 million tokens in interlayer snafu. The layer 2 scaling solution provided failed to sync its Optimism address to an Ethereum address before a large transfer, and $35 million worth of tokens were stolen. I think some were recovered, but 19 million tokens are still missing. So, I mean, we're still there. We're still there. We're going to be getting a lot of bearish news. You know, you'll notice when price is up, we get a lot of bullish news. When price is down, we get a lot of bearish news. This is a headliner, unfortunately. Optimism, again, you know, it's never good when a project loses money through a hack. It shakes the confidence in the community. It makes the community think, well, shit, am I holding something that's going to keep going down? Am I holding something that's unsafe? Am I going to get to keep my tokens, or are my tokens going to get stolen one day? It's one of those things. So this hack is, again, not many people are talking about it online, but this is something huge. I know a lot of people are holding Optimism. Their token holders have been going up like crazy. They've been mooning. They've done pretty well. Let's have a quick look at Optimism here. Yep, here it is. It's actually trending. There we go. So we've seen a 15% hit today because of that. We've seen a 15% hit because of that. This was actually, it looks like it's been on a mad downtrend here, but a lot of people have made a good amount of money from this. This has been a proper trading token. You know, it's had the liquidity, it's had the volume, it's had the price fluctuations. But now, obviously, with this hack, I don't know, will we see lower prices? I'll be honest with you, probably we will. You know, if we do get that overall market relief bounce, I do think all altcoins are going to get some sort of relief, some way, shape or form. But I mean, to me, this looks pretty fucked. I mean, maybe we could see $1.15 at some stage if we was to get some sort of relief. But right now, with news like this, I don't expect confidence to be in. I don't really believe buyers are going to be stepping in to buy this type of FUD, because it's not your average type of FUD. It's not like, I don't know, the CEO of a project getting caught going to like a whorehouse or something like that. It's not one of those things. It's $20 million has vanished. You know, that could like feed a small town for several months, you know. So it's something pretty big. Optimism have in fact responded though. They've spoken about it. So 15 hours ago, they put out a tweet saying, you know, in the interest of transparency, we'd like to share some details about the ongoing situation. They're not calling it a hack. They're calling it something else. They've worded it pretty good in a way to make it not sound as bearish as it actually is. But it is, you know, moving down here. Unfortunately, an attacker was able to deploy the multi-sig to L2 with different initialization parameters before these efforts were completed, assuming ownership of the 20 million OP. Yeah, this is not very good. This is not very good. You know, a multi-sig, for those of you who don't know what a multi-sig is, a multi-sig, think of your MetaMask, right? How do you log into your MetaMask? You log into your MetaMask using a password. Or if you're importing your MetaMask, you import it using a seed phrase. The seed phrase is put in and then it asks you to put a password in, and now you can access your MetaMask. Now, when you access your MetaMask, if you want to send tokens from one place to another place, you click on the token, you put the address in of where you want to send those tokens to, you put the amount of tokens you want to send, and you hit send, right? Now, with a multi-sig, it works very differently. With a multi-sig, we have a wallet in between. So look, let's take some examples. We've got in the chat, we've got Derry, Brown Hulk, Wizard, Elizabeth, Optimus. So let's say, for instance, we've got all 5 of us, right? All 5 of us. And in the middle, there's one wallet. Now, for anything to happen on that wallet, we need approvals from all of us, right? So say, for instance, Derry decides, I want to send 10,000 OP tokens to another address. Elizabeth has to come in and approve that transaction, and it still won't go through because Wizard has to come in and approve that transaction. Optimus has to come in and approve that transaction, and I've got to sign off on it because it's my wallet with multi-signers. There we go. So that's what a multi-sig is, and they've had a multi-sig hack, which is it's not bullish at all. Tariq says, sold my Optimism tokens at 145. Kudos to you, my friend. Well done. That's a fantastic trade. I respect that a lot. Good for you. Imran says, hello. Oh, we've got some more viewers here today. Awesome. 13 people watching. Let's get the likes up to 10, guys. Smash it up. Let's get the likes up to 10, please, and thank you. Always make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. I go live every weekday. So I do this every day for you guys. Obviously, in order for this channel to grow, in order for it to see more success, and in order for me to bring you more videos with more topics to cover and discuss, I need you guys to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure you're tuning into the streams every day so that you can be up to date with the latest crypto news. So that's Optimism covered. You know, am I bullish on it? No, I'm bearish on it. It's very shitty news. I don't know how they're going to respond to that. If I was, you know, a project owner or a project founder, the only way I could see myself responding to something like this would be to buy the community out. I'd have to put 20 mil down and say, well, I lost 20 mil out my pocket. Does it look like I have 20 mil? No, I don't have 20 mil, unfortunately. And I don't think anybody here does either. So I'm not sure that the CEO of Optimism does, not in this market. So, and even if he did, would he or she use that 20 mil to bail out the community for what's been lost? I don't think so. Now, what's going to happen when these hackers start dumping these tokens on the market? It's not me fudding the project. It's news. It's what's happening. It's current events. What can I say? So, enough about Optimism. Let's move on. So, this is a good one. You know, I've been in crypto now for a good number of years. We're going up to nearly 6 years now that I've been in crypto. And, you know, back when I joined crypto, you know, Litecoin or LTC was the next Bitcoin. That was the coin that was going to overtake Bitcoin. It was the true Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the fast Bitcoin. You know, everyone was talking about it. Charlie Lee was the founder, and he sold us all these promises and dreams. And in the end, you won't believe this. I don't know if you guys were here or not for this cycle, but he's the one that sold the top. He sold the top himself on his own coin. What a fucking G. And then he disappeared. Amazing. Like, imagine you owned your own token. You own your own token and you sell the top of your own token. You've got a big dick. I mean, I feel bad for the community. It's pretty fucked up, but I was part of that community, wasn't I? So 5 major Southern Korean crypto exchanges: Upbit, Bitthumb, Coin1, Corebit, GoPax, which is the worst name for an exchange, trade at GoPax, announced to delist Litecoin. I mean, it's about time. We know that, you know, not every cryptocurrency will make it. Some of the ones that will shock you big. You know, I think LTC was in the top 3 at one point, guys. It was in the top 3. Do you know what it takes to make a cryptocurrency? Sit with your friends today and say, we're going to make a cryptocurrency today. And then when as you're talking about making a cryptocurrency today, we've got more people joining the stream. This is amazing. Positive. 15 people joining the stream now. Guys, hit up the likes. Smash up the likes and show some support. We got 15 people here. We should have 15 likes. What are you guys doing? Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, South Korea, Korea itself is a country that you want to keep is a country that you want to keep in mind, right? There is a lot of money that comes from the Korean market. And this used to be a lot bigger, and it used to be a lot more spoken about in the past. It's not spoken about so much now because we have so much money coming in from different parts of the world anyway. So when your altcoin wants to start pumping, it can really start pumping now without the likes of just one country stepping in. South Korea, I think, were behind ICX, and I mean, they took ICX from $0 to $12. The way that they did it, I mean, I was there on Binance. It got listed on Binance at, I think, was it 10 to 15 cents? Me and XO bought some at 25 cents, and I sold it for a 3x thinking, yeah, like, I'm good. I did a sick trade. I did a 3x today. Look at me. And then it went to $12, and I didn't make those life-changing gains at that time that I thought I was going to make. But lo and behold, we have more cycles to follow, and we'll see what happens. So look, Litecoin is finally being delisted. It looks like this is kind of the end of Litecoin. It looks like this is the end for it. I think that we're going to see more news like this. Charlie Lee's is not really around like that. I don't think he cares anymore. I think what tends to happen is when, you know, everybody thinks that they can sort of I think that everybody thinks that when they make a cryptocurrency, when they push it to sort of a place where it's being traded in a decentralized fashion, and it's got decent trading volume, they think that they can just start chilling on the project. But in reality, that's not what it takes these days. Crypto isn't the same as it was before. Now, to get a project to do what it does, you need to put a lot of work behind it. Example, Floki. Now, you can't compare Floki to Litecoin. You can't do that. But just as an example, Floki, the amount of work that went into Floki every day, non-stop the teams were meeting. Non-stop there were new ideas being thrown around. How can we engage with the community? How can we excite the community? How can we assist the community? What can we do to incentivize more people to buy this token? And if you don't do that, then ultimately this is what happens. So look, Upbit is a very, very prestigious exchange that houses a ton of volume from the Korean market, and they're predominantly crypto. So this is an exchange that we need to support. We need to get behind. You know, they support us, they help us, they make it easy for people to buy cryptocurrencies. So if your favorite altcoin gets listed on their exchange, you should be happy, because that means more volume. And they're delisting Litecoin now. So to me, that's the end of Litecoin. I think Korea will be more important for the gaming industry, says Brown Hulk. Can we have a dedicated 5 minutes every stream for questions? I think that'll be a very good addition. Okay, Imran, that's a good idea. I think maybe I'll look to incorporate that in the future. You know, I like this stream to be very direct. I want you guys to tune in while you're taking a crap or having a coffee or having a tea or maybe making some food or something like that. I want you to tune in, listen to 15 pieces of news, listen to me talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then there you go. That's your day done. Just to make it easy for you. I like to take 3, 4, 5 hours worth of work, cram it into one for you guys that you can replay over and over again. And there you go. So maybe in the future we'll add 5-10 minutes at the end of the stream just for questions, general chit chat. You know, at the end of the day, if you want to ask questions during the stream, feel free to ask questions too. So for instance, Imran says, what do you think of Chainlink? Well, look, mate, honestly, Chainlink, fuck it. You know what? I've been bullied into this. Let's do it. What are you making me do, Imran? This is a news show, bro. This is a news show. Why are we studying Chainlink right now? Right, let's look at Chainlink from the monthly. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. So let's see what's happened to Chainlink. Okay. So let's mark out the monthly open. That's going to be important. Let's give that a different color. We'll mark out the monthly open on Chainlink. Now let's go to the weekly and let's spread that out. So it looks like a deviation. Spread that out here, and let's take a very small range. Let's have a look. Let's take a range real quick. Sorry guys, I know my speech is a little bit funny right now. I didn't really expect to do this. Fib retracement, there we go. Let's take it from here and bring it to the monthly open. Just below the monthly open, maybe the deviation. Yeah, here looks good. Here looks good. There we go. So we see price trapped between two areas on the weekly time frame. Let's go into the daily and let's have a look. Let's have a look to see what is Link doing. Okie dokie artichoke. There we go. There is the range that I think Link is playing. Link is in a downtrend. We have been in a downtrend since the 10th of May. All right. We've been in a downtrend. We've consistently made lower highs. Now we're starting to push up. I've drawn out the monthly open, which is the pink line, and I've drawn out what I think is a range. You've got the range lows, you've got the mid range, and you've got the top of the range. Now you can see how it's comfortably respected these levels. All right. I know it looks like I found my levels pretty quickly. And look, as soon as I start talking about TA, we get more viewers. Guys, come on. It's a news show. It's the news show. All right. So, Link is currently at resistance. Why is Link at resistance? All right. So, range high was here at $18, right? We respected that. We dumped. Once we got to the 75% of the level, which was $15.33, we consolidated and we dumped further to continue proving the range levels. And this is how you prove range levels, all right? It broke below the $12 level, which was the mid range, and we retested it with volume. We retested it. I can tell from the size of the candle, and we instantly dumped. All right, we instantly dumped. We broke through the 25% of the level. The mid-range between the range lows and the 25% is roughly the monthly open. So confluence there. And we are now at resistance. So how would I trade Link? How would I trade Link? I'm looking at the daily time frame. I'm not looking at any lower than that. Maybe I'll go into the 4 hour. Fuck it. Let's go into the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour. There we go. That's pretty. It's pretty, isn't it? Hold on. There we go. I like it when the chart looks like that. So we're at resistance now. For me to get bullish on Link, bullish up until $12.34, what would I need to see? What would I need to see? I would need to see something along the lines of this. I would want price to shoot up. So I want it to go a bit higher. All right. Then I want it to pull back into this $9.50-ish level, maybe $9.30. I want it to consolidate here for a bit if it can. Maybe on a lower time frame, maybe the 15-minute, maybe the 30-minute. Then I want it to push up again. I want it to show something like this. And then I would take my entry and boom, right into the $12.50 level. All right. That's how I would trade Link. Now, at the same time, because we've had a lot of lower highs, we've been in a downtrend non-stop. Where are we right now? Would I take a trade on Link right now? No, I wouldn't, because we are at resistance. 930 is resistance. If you was to take a long here, what's to stop it from going right back to the monthly open, which is here at $7.60? What would stop it? Nothing. And you'd be in drawdown. So another thing that we could do is if it pulled back to maybe $8.80 to $7.60, which is the monthly open, this would be an area of interest for me. Why? Because the price action that we're seeing at the moment, it looks like a deviation of the monthly open. It looks as though we have formed a low. We formed a low here at $5.54. We've not gone back there since. We've made a higher low since. We've now made a higher high right into resistance. So what do I think for Link? If we pull back, it's worth a long potentially. And if we break above higher, I want to see bullish price action above $9.40. Maybe somewhere between the $9.40 to $9.60 level for a long into $12.50. And my stop loss for that long would be roughly around $8. Are you happy? Are you happy? You suckered me into it. You suckered me into it. There we go. That is Link covered. We've got 17 viewers on the stream. Since I did Link for you guys, can you guys smash up the likes, right? Maybe we'll do more and more charts as we go along, even though this is the news show. Cool. Moving along. So we spoke about Litecoin, right? Moving on to Osmosis. Osmosis chain halted amid possible $5 million exploit. More money exiting the market. Now, it's not 100% certain at the moment that it's an exploit. The network has been stopped. It has been halted. But obviously, when a network is stopped or halted, I mean, let's take, for instance, what happened with Solana the other day. You know, what happened with Solana the other day? Solana's network, it went bust. It was overloaded. They had to halt it. And when it halted it, Solana's price took a big hit from that. You know, the idea of these new chains that are coming out, of these new networks that are coming out, the idea behind them is obviously we want sustainability. We want complete uptime. We want high availability. You know, we never want it to go down. Again, I'm going to use a second IT reference. We have something called a HA pair in IT. It's called high availability pair. So if you buy one machine, let's say for instance, I buy a firewall, right? I'm going to buy a second firewall. I'm going to put a cable in between them. I'm going to call this one firewall 1. I'm going to call this one firewall 2. If something happens to firewall 1, firewall 2 immediately knows I'm going to now become the primary node, and this will become the slave, vice versa. All right. Same with load balancers, same with entire sites. So if you have, I don't know, www.thenjshow.com, right? And you've got it all in a building. Yeah. We need another building, maybe on the other side of the world or another city or something like that, that has all the same configurations and setups as the NJ show does here in the UK, right? If something happens to the NJ show in the UK, all the traffic pushes over to the other city where the NJ show 2 is, and the NJ show 2 takes up all the responsibilities of what the NJ show 1 does in the UK. I hope you guys understand that. I know a lot of you won't. I've done IT for 12 years now. It's a very, very nerdy subject. All right. So, you know, when a project when a network does go down, or when a chain goes down, people think, well, hang on a second, why did it go down? How could it break all these obstacles and still go down? Where's my confidence in Solana now? You know, but you know, obviously, as Trader XO said the other day, when these things happen, there's two ways to look at these types of news, right? The first way to look at it is, oh my God, this is bearish. I'm going to short this. I'm going to get rid of my tokens. How could they fuck up this much? How could they do this, etc., etc. And the other way that you can look at it is, well, look, we are now in a bearish market, right? I believe in this project. I believe in the team behind this project. I believe it was a genuine mistake and it wasn't some sort of, there weren't any shenanigans going on in the background. I believe that this is real and we're going to fix it. Now, if you start thinking like that, you got to think it's better that something like this happens now in a bear market than it happening in a bull market. Imagine every token is going up, right? Every token is going up. You got your friends calling you saying, yeah, dude, I'm $1,000 up on this. Your other friend calling you saying, yeah, this is going up. It's up 30%. You look at your token and you get news like this in the middle of a bull market that says osmosis chain halted amid possible $5 million exploit. Everybody's going to be 30% up for the day and you're going to be 20% down. From your initial investment, not even your profit. From your initial investment, you're going to be down. All right? So that's pretty shitty. But if it happens in a bear market where people are rarely trading it anyway, then they've got time to say, look, this happened to us in the past. What can we do to prevent it now? We've got time to work on this. We've got time to figure this shit out. We can sort the bugs out. What can we do to fix this? So, you know, similarly with the other exploit that we had with OP, same with this one, osmosis. I think that this gives people a chance to really, you know, patch up their systems, try and figure out new solutions to help build a more robust system so that when the market comes back again and we are pushing like crazy, we're doing big numbers in the market, these tokens won't be so affected. So it's bearish news. I'm sorry to hear, if you guys were involved, I'm sorry to hear that. Obviously your token's going to be down a little bit. The team took 12 minutes to halt the chain. So similarly to what I was explaining, you know, with the whole sites and stuff, production and UAT and whatnot, having high availability pairs and whatnot. If it takes 12 minutes to shut down a system, you know that that system is an intricate system. You know, imagine like Breaking Bad or something where they've got all the machines around them and you have to push all the levers and press all the buttons just to get the system up. You know, obviously I don't think these guys are making crystal meth, but you know, same principle. Moving along, Greyscale hires top Obama White House lawyer as it seeks ETF. Now, I don't know if you guys know what an ETF is. I'm hoping you guys do. So I'm going to move on from that. But Greyscale looking to build a $20 billion Bitcoin trust, one that you can trade. That's insane. They've been trying to do this since 2017. I think they've actually been trying to do it since before. You know, in 2017 when we had the big rally, a lot of people were kind of hoping on Greyscale's ETF solution to help Bitcoin push in price. Obviously, we did get some sort of rallying from the ETFs that were approved, but in the end, it wasn't really the ETFs that helped us. We've seen now that Bitcoin can trade with huge amounts of volume and not have its price affected so much. You know, at the end of the day right now, we're still in that place where one or two big institutions can come in and literally hit the buy button and we'll see a 15-20% increase in price for Bitcoin. We're still in those stages, which is why we're still early. Yeah, it's why we're still early. We've still got plenty of time to capitalize on Bitcoin, to capitalize on Ethereum, to capitalize on the market. We still have time. So this is bullish news. I want this to happen. I want people to be able to trade Bitcoin in huge amounts. Bigger players who don't care about 1 or 2 Bitcoin. Small positions for them are 25 to 30 Bitcoin. And I'd like it if they could do stuff like that, and that would be one contract. So instead of one contract being $1, they can pull out contracts that are worth 25, 30 Bitcoin and be filled like that. Those guys will want to trade Bitcoin more than, you know, similar to how they trade the global pairs, you know, like USD, JPY, USD, GBP, cable fiber, Kiwi, whatever. You guys know. If you guys know about Forex, then you guys know about Forex. This is a crypto show. Anyway, moving on to my favorite subject that I hate the most. Luna token reaches all-time low. The new Luna. So if you guys have been watching this channel over the last couple of weeks, over the last couple of days, you guys will know I'm super bearish on Luna. I've been preaching and preaching and preaching to say, don't touch this token. Don't trade this token. It's not worth trading it. And now, you know, we're here now where Luna 2.0 reaches an all-time low since being listed. Now, look, if you're a Luna fanboy or a fangirl, I'm really sorry. I'm not here to shit on your hopes and dreams. I'm just giving you the context for what it is. Luna is not a good token. They have fucked up. It is not a token that I believe is going to be revived. It's not something that I think that they have a handle on. I think that when the initial crash happened, I think that Do Kwon kind of he wanted to be seen as a hero more than anything, and he was sort of desperate to try and get this system back up. So he created Luna 2.0. He did his best to try and fix the situation that he created, even though he fucked everybody over and destroyed his community. He did try and fix it. So I mean, he's not going to get any brownie points from me for that because he's the reason it died, but he did try and fix it. Now, with Luna 2.0 going to all-time lows, he's gone and put his Twitter on private. He's gone silent again. He's gone silent again. It's not what you expect. It's not what you expect. When you believe in a project, when you put money in a project and you go all out for that project, it's not something that you expect your CEO to do. You know, you're putting your faith and trust in the team. That's why you're buying the token itself, you know? So I'm not impressed with Luna at all. I'll FUD these guys all day, every day. I don't respect what they've done. This token's going to continue going lower. Maybe we'll get a pullback. Maybe it will jump higher a little bit. But ultimately, will it ever see the all-time highs that it saw in the past? No way. I don't think it will see that. I don't think at all it will. I don't think that these guys have any chance of coming back. That's my 2 pieces on it. Rai says, are there any alts that you've been accumulating during this off season? I know yourself, Deng, SC, Love Sol, but any others? Good question, mate. Good question. So at the moment, I'm not personally buying altcoins at the moment. I am holding a few altcoins. I did buy into Cow a little bit. However, I'm smart enough to know that this market isn't a market where I should be buying altcoins right now. Because if I'm to buy altcoins right now, I'm buying altcoins that are just going to dip further and I'll have to DCA further. Whereas I'm mature enough in the space now to understand that sometimes the market needs to be a bitch. Right now, with the type of price action that you're seeing right now, the market needs to be a bitch. Let the market do what it needs to do. And when the market starts pushing back up, yeah, you might miss the first 5 to 12%. I get it. You've missed the first 5 to 12% of an up move. But then if you catch a 2x from there, you've taken no drawdown and you've traded when the market has allowed you to trade. So look, even for Solana, I'm not buying Solana right now. I'm not. I hold some already, but I'm not buying any more right now. I think if we get to $20, I'll buy some more. And if we go lower from there, I will buy some more, right? But I will update you guys on Twitter. And obviously, look, you guys are tuning in every day. I do this stream every day. If I do buy something, I'll let you guys know that I've bought in, you know, and why I think it's a good idea to buy in too. So right now, I think all the focus at the moment is on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think if Bitcoin and Ethereum get to a level lower whereby it's impossible to say no to, then I think the attention will all be there. I think everyone will want to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum because they'll be giving out gains similar to the ones that altcoins print. You know, in 2020, when Bitcoin hit 3 to 4K, that was the time to buy Bitcoin, not altcoins. Because Bitcoin went on to go from 3K all the way to 69K. And when Bitcoin even hit 20K, coins like Solana were still only at $1, you know? So we've got to follow the money. We've got to follow the smart money. We've got to trade the market for what it is. Right now, the market is telling us not to go for altcoins. If you guys watch the beginning of my stream, you guys will see that I talked about Bitcoin dominance for a bit. The market is telling us not to right now. So there's no reason to do that. So if you're accumulating any altcoins, maybe you can let us know in the chat what coins you're accumulating and why. Maybe in the future we can have a look at them on the channel. But for now, I don't think it's a good idea. Similarly, with Luna 2.0, giving us the example that we need to see right now. This is the example of a bear market. It reaches all-time low. It kind of reminds me of Paid Network. Paid Network did the same thing. They had a hack. They had an exploit in their contract where people could mint tokens. Someone got a hold of that, minted 400,000 tokens on a very small supply coin, and I think he dumped it for millions and millions and millions. It was nuts. They released the Paid 2.0, and it didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if it was at an all-time low as well. So when you fuck your community, this is what happens. This is what happens. You get this type of price action, and it's not surprising. Moving on quickly, we'll wrap it up from here. India's securities regulators, SEBI, says decentralized nature of crypto makes them harder to regulate. Now, I think obviously India are saying this because, you know, they've slapped on a 30% crypto tax bill recently. So if you're in India and you are facing these issues, then all I can say is save up and move to Dubai. That's kind of the best advice I can give you. Ultimately, I think that we are going to see more pieces of news like this going forward. I think that in 2022, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned it. I think we are going to have one of the worst years we've ever had financially. And this affects you guys like crazy. It affects me. The price of everything is going to skyrocket and wages aren't going to change. People aren't going to make money. Even buying Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin does go lower, I mean, who's going to have money to buy it? Everybody's wrecked. And it's not like we all have high flashy jobs that can help us make money to come and buy $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 worth of crypto a month or two. You know, people save up a whole year to get $2,000, $3,000 to buy Bitcoin, and then if it goes right, it goes right. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think that right now we're in a place where we need the bear market. We need it because unfortunately, we're just in that place, you know. I think globally we're going to be fucked, you know. Last piece of news for today, guys. 75% of retailers eyeing crypto payments within 24 months, coming from Deloitte. Now, I spoke about this yesterday, and I said to you guys, look, payments are a huge thing. Gaming and payments. I think that people are recognizing crypto for what it is now. People know what crypto does after the halving now, and this is something that we will talk about in another video. I'll speak to my team tonight and see if I should be releasing more videos, maybe recorded ones, you know, recorded ones that give you sort of quick information about what I think is going on in the market. 75% of retailers now across the list that Deloitte have are saying that they want to gear up for crypto payments. So look, in the next cycle, it's going to be bigger than this cycle has been. It's going to be something, it's going to be so different. Imagine everything that you spend money on, every shop that you go to that you actually consider buying something from. Imagine being able to pay in crypto. This is huge. This is huge. Everything that we're doing right now, you know, for you guys who have been tuning in every stream, everything that we're doing right now is painting a bigger picture for the next cycle. We're preparing ourselves. We really are preparing ourselves. We are putting ourselves in a position where we're going to destroy the next cycle. This is what I did, by the way. This is what I did in 2017. When the cycle finished up, I was kind of stuck. I'd lost so much money and I thought, what do I do? I kept up with news like this. I kept up with price action. When you put the two together, it gives you a hybrid mentality. It gives you a mix of TA and FA. So I can look at a chart. Look, you saw how quickly I looked at Link, right? And I was able to give you a plan. It was at $9.30. It's already starting to... Oh, goodness, what is that? It was $9.30. It's already beginning to pull back. Look, it's already beginning to pull back. Why? Because we're at resistance. It's not that difficult to make a trade plan when you know what you're looking for and when you practice it over the course of 2-3 years. You know? So, there we go. So, similar to this, crypto payments, you know, this is something that I think is going to take over. I think in the next cycle, it's going to be double, triple the size of this cycle was. It certainly wasn't as big as the 2017 cycle for me. No, it wasn't. Everything went crazy in 2017. 2017 wasn't about 10x, it was about 1000x's. And then in this cycle, it was more about 100x's. So maybe in the next cycle, it'll all be about 10x's, but we'll have 5 or 6 different projects doing it every single day with the amount of money that's going to be coming into crypto. If you can pay through crypto, a lot of people are going to be buying more crypto. And if a lot of people are buying more crypto, then people like you guys who get in early, you guys are going to be the ones who are rewarded. You guys won't even know where to sell because it will be going up so high, you know? So I'll leave it there. I'll wrap it up there. Thank you for all those who joined in. Remember to smash the subscribe button because it does help support the channel. It pushes the channel. I will be doing a giveaway at 2K subs. So make sure that you guys are part of that. Everyone will be involved. Everyone who joined from before and from now, you will be involved. Smash those likes up. Get me to 20 likes if you can. Thank you very much for joining the stream. And I will see you on the next episode, which is tomorrow, every single weekday coming to you live.